Hey beauties, it's me, Lydia Marie. Welcome back to the channel. Today, you guys, we are doing a quick wear test and review of the new Hourglass Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation with SPF 30. If you watch my previous video, you'll see that I did my Ulta gift card haul. I had two parts. This was the second part where I decided to pick up this foundation after seeing it on the socials, and I was quite impressed, so I needed to try it out. I got this from Ulta Beauty. I'm in the shade 19. It will be linked down below with all of the specifics, but I really wanted to try this out and maybe do a short wear test today. So if you want to see my initial thoughts and reaction to this new or new-ish Hourglass foundation, I hope that you'll keep watching. If you're new here, hey, my name is Lydia Marie. Welcome to the channel. I mainly do beauty content for women over 40, but everybody is welcome here. I've heard that this foundation is quite mature skin friendly, so we're going to find out today. Let's test this out. All right, let's get into the specs of this foundation. This is the Hourglass Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation with SPF 30. It's supposed to be a high performance foundation featuring SPF and advanced skincare, giving medium buildable coverage with a luminous glow. On Hourglass website, it comes in 26 shades, and some of the benefits are it's supposed to visibly smooth and moisturize. It's clinically proven to visibly reduce fine lines and wrinkles. I don't have wrinkles, so I can't tell you that, but it's supposed to improve skin tone and texture. A 12-hour wear, transfer, and crease resistant. That's what I want to know today, if it's going to transfer, because I'm going to be out in the elements, and it does not oxidize throughout the day. So those are some of the claims. We've already discussed the price. It's $58. Yes, it is expensive, but it is a high-end foundation, much like my NARS, much like my Dior, much like a high-end foundation that you would get from Sephora or Ulta anyway. So the price is the price. I got the shade 19, and I was looking at this foundation based on recommendations from another influencer that I follow, and I trust her reviews because she also spends her own money for products. So, you know, we're gonna try it. So my skin prep is on. I have the shade 19, and this is what the packaging looks like. It's cute. It's got the little squeezy tube in here. I think you get 1.1 fluid ounces. Hold on, because I don't want to tell you wrong. You know I can't see. So yes, it's 1.1 fluid ounces, so that's pretty standard. It's pretty standard. Like I said in my Ulta haul video, I have not tried a Hourglass foundation since I worked at Sephora. I just had never tried one because the original one they had was so thick and heavy. It was really like a full coverage, and I was just like, I never really paid attention to Hourglass as a brand as a whole. I'm going to take about that much. My skin prep is on. I do not have on primer, FYI. Only my moisturizer and some under eye cream. I don't want to wear primer with this. I want to see how it works on its own. It's got a nice consistency to it. Nice and thick, actually. But I have never paid. Oh, that's a very nice shade. Okay, the shade matches. But I had never paid much attention to Hourglass, even when I did work at cosmetic stores. I don't know why. I think I was only just like associating them with the ambient palettes, and I was like, I don't want to pay that much for a palette, even with my discount. I just never paid attention to them. And I think last year, in the last couple years, their Hourglass Vanish Concealer went viral. I got a mini size of this from the Sephora sale in November 2024, and I barely touched it. But that's okay. But this color match is absolutely gorgina, and you don't need a lot, actually. I have quite a lot on my brush, and I'm using my Sephora 56 brush, where I get 38 from, and I'm just gonna tap this in. I'm talking a lot without blending it in, but look at the coverage. It's very nice. Gorgeous color. Really nice color. For some reason with this squeezy tube, I always feel like I'm using more, because I'm like, is it a pump or is it a squeeze? Let's see how this looks over on this side. I'm adding a little bit more because I'm not color correcting. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just adding this in with, ooh, that's a very nice coverage. I really do like the color though. And again, this is shade 19. And I'm just kind of tapping it in. So I'm getting more coverage from tapping it in versus buffing it in. That color is very nice. It's not too golden. It's not too cool. Definitely not neutral. I would highly suggest going to the store to swatch these. And if you are going to go to a store, go to Nordstrom or even Neiman Marcus if there's one. They don't sell this foundation at Sephora, but they do sell it at Ulta. And check your store to see what shades they have in stock. But you can definitely go and swatch it. But I like this color. It's doing a pretty good job of covering up my hyperpigmentation. It just looks nice and glowy. I'm gonna take what's left on my hand and I'm just gonna go over my face again and just kind of buff the rest in. Just blend it on in. It doesn't have a fragrance at all. It's very lightweight. The consistency is thicker than I thought, but I don't know why I was thinking this was more of a skin tint, but it's not. It's not as radiant and glowy as say my NARS is giving me radiance, or even my Makeup Forever HD, but it gives me a healthy radiance. It doesn't give me like a glow. It just gives a really nice radiance, which is what illuminating foundations are. The Hourglass shade that I have in the concealer is in the shade Dune, and this small size is really enough to last me because it's not one that I would use every day. It is very full coverage like most Hourglass traditional products are. So I'm just going to put the brightening kind of in my corner of my eye, and then I'm going to do a little bit of brightening because I need to look in my mirror, not in my viewfinder. Concealer right around here. I told you guys the last time I kind of have some redness from blowing my nose constantly, and I'm just going to use what's left on the applicator to kind of go over my chin, and then I'm going to color correct and conceal with the Sephora Collection Hydrating Best Skin Ever. This is closer to my skin tone, so I'm going to take that kind of where my dark circles are circling right now, and I'm going to use that on my eyelid as well, and just a little bit down here, kind of color correct what's left there. And we're going to blend it. I'm blending out the concealer right on top of the foundation, but you can see it gave me a nice amount of coverage in the corner of my eye. That Hourglass concealer is very full coverage, and it's one of those things that either you like it or you don't. I feel that way about like the Natasha Denona concealer. I don't really like it. It was mad overhyped, but it is so drying on my skin. The Hourglass is not as drying, it's just very full coverage, which today I don't mind. And I'm just tapping it in. Kind of had to conceal this area here. And I'm using a bigger brush for a reason. I just want it all to be blended and highlighted. I mean, it's a brush. Who cares? You don't always have to use a teeny tiny concealer brush. Sometimes you just use a brush. It's fine. We're casual over here. It's fine. I really like how that blended out with the concealer. I think that's so nice. I'm going to set my under eye and my face with the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder, kind of keeping it in that natural luminous finish. But look how that foundation is nice. It just looks luminous. Like I could use a little color correction here, but it's not full coverage, and I didn't put on a lot, and that's okay. That's fine. I really want to see how this foundation wears, so I'm going to take some of this Sephora powder and definitely set around where I put that concealer. And I wanted to use a shade that's closest to my skin tone, nothing too brightening, to really complement the foundation shade and not to take away from it. So I'm using a kind of a denser brush to kind of set my concealer areas, and then I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and set all the way around my face. But I like how that's looking. It just looks nice and natural and finished, which I love. So this is the foundation in Natural Light. It's a great color match. It really looks nice, just really nice, really luminous. Can I get you in a little bit? I'm standing in front of natural light in the window. No flash, no studio lights. And the skin is looking really good. Alright, so I went ahead and finished my face offline because we're going to focus on the foundation today. So I did a quick look with the Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palette, this pink one, and a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Spice palette. I used some of my Fenty bronzer on my cheeks, Island Ting, a blush from Milani in the shade Coralina. And I'm doing the rest of my eyes with the MAC Stack mascara, which I really like, by the way. You can see my video on it right above this one. It's a shorts video, but I like this mascara. I really like that it's brown because I think the brown really pops. And it didn't, I wore this out yesterday, this mascara. It didn't irritate my eyes. I didn't have raccoon eyes. And I was out sweating, working. So for me not to have raccoon eyes at the end of the day, I thought that was pretty great. So I do like this mascara. We're going to do a quick lip gloss and lip liner because I am going out to do some deliveries. So it's not going to be anything too crazy. But I just want to see how this foundation holds up in the elements. And of course I will be giving my face a spray down with some setting spray because I will be out in the elements, so that's going to be part of the wear test as well. Lips, I'm using this Fenty lip liner. I think this is called Extra Thigh, the brown one. Just a little bit of this because this is a lip liner that's going to stay all day. And it's a nice neutral shade. It's nothing too crazy. Then I'm going to go over it with the Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Sweet Mouth. I really like this one. I haven't used this in a while, but I really like this. It's probably my second favorite shade in their Gloss Bomb. And I think I'm going to try the Fenty... No, the L'Oreal 3-second setting spray. That's what I'm going to use today because I'll be outside to kind of lock it in because I did not spray my face in between. I really just wanted to see how this works. So we're going to use this, give my face a good spray with this, and this is going to be the start of the wear test. It's a good shake. And we're going to let this dry down. It is currently, let's see, what time is it? 12:25. 12:25 p.m. I'll probably be back home about 5-ish or so. I may do a couple check-ins from the car if I remember, but I really like how this is looking. I don't like this eyeshadow though, but we're not going to focus on that. I think I messed up, but it's fine. I like the way the foundation is looking. Even with the blush and the bronzer and everything, I think it's still blended out really well. Even over here, I like the way that's looking. So let's do a little bit of a wear test. It's probably not going to be 8 hours, 9 hours, nothing like that. Let's just see kind of how it holds up. I'm loving the shade match so far. I'm loving how smooth the application was and that it didn't take a lot. So let's see. I'll be reporting back. Hey beauties, it is about 3 o'clock. It's raining. As you can see, I'm in the car. I'm doing grocery delivery, but this is what the makeup is looking like. Even with my face getting wet just now. Yeah. But it's still looking good to me. The foundation is holding up. So we'll see in a couple hours when I get home. Okay, friends, we are back and it is currently 6:44 in the evening. So we did about, I don't know, about a 6-hour wear test, maybe almost 7. I was out in the elements, as the video right before this, that little snippet, it rained when I was out doing grocery deliveries. So I got caught in the rain. Then I went up 3 flights of steps with 2 big things of water. I don't even want to talk about it. And I was dripping sweat. But this is how we're looking after 6 hours. I think the foundation held up really well, and my skin, the more I wore it, the more the luminosity kind of peaked out. And I know that's like half sweat, but I don't have terrible separation at all. If you look right here, you can see a little bit here. the foundation did kind of melt away my blush and all because I was sweating. But overall, after 6 hours, this foundation is looking pretty good, I have to say. Okay, beauties, as usual, if you made it this far in the video, go ahead and give your girl a thumbs up. I would truly appreciate it. I am impressed with how this foundation performed out in the elements today. So you'll be seeing this on me again. I do have an event to go to for YouTube in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to wear this again, and I'm going to do my face with a full beat and everything just to kind of see how it holds up with makeup and, you know, when I'm really glammed up and not just outside working and sweating and carrying on. So far, 2 thumbs up for me. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this wear test, and I'll see you back here for my next video very, very soon. Bye.